Daughters may suffer in marriage for several reasons, often shaped by past experiences, upbringing by their parents, as well as individual personalities. Understanding these struggles requires someone to understand these three factors at a closer look. You need to understand the psychological factor of that child. You need to understand the relationship factor of that child, as well as the individual relationship that child has been involving and still involved in. In today's video, I'm going to share with you 5 reasons why some daughters struggles in marriage and how we can help them to get into a better place. Without wasting much of the time, number 1, reasons why these daughters most of the times struggles in marriage is communication skill. Okay, most of the times we might find, or we have come to a certain situation whereby there are these guardians or parents whereby they never used to pay much attention about these daughters, to give them hints, to teach them on how they need to develop these skills, to teach them the way of approaching people, okay, in general, the kind of knowledge that they need to acquire when they settle for relationship or marriage, okay. That requires a hard work, that requires a principled parent or a guardian in order to mentor that daughter, in order to mentor that child. And without these, that's when now we start seeing a lot of children, a lot of daughters struggling in marriages. Let me also talk about unrealistic expectation. Okay, most of the times these daughters are not taught the truth by their parents. These daughters are not taught the truth by their guardians, and often at the times they are idealized of the media kind of lifestyle, whereby what they see in the movies, what they see on social medias, that's what they usually put in their mind, that no, that's the kind of life. Mostly when somebody is involved into a relationship, mostly somebody when gets married, that's the kind of a soft life they will definitely experience, which is far from the truth. Most of the times these marital issues is full of ups and downs. Most of the times it requires principled people, it requires a learned world person to understand that there will be ups and downs, and there will also be good moment and bad moment, which requires a teamwork of that union to work through challenges. Parents need to be working on up their children, mentor them so that they understand things ahead of them before reaching and experiencing them, which is very important actually. Okay, let me also talk about unresolved families dynamics. Some daughters, where they are coming from their guardians, from their parents, most of the times they have been lacking a proper guardians or parent, whereby they will be put into a right direction, they will be mentored into a right direction. All the things they have been experiencing by the time which they've been kept by their parents or guardian is just all about problems, troubles, bad manners and bad languages, which is very, very harmful, more especially to children being brought up by such kind of parents. And that kind of a mentality, these daughters, these children, they usually grow up with it. Okay, by the time they will be involved into a relationship, by the time they grow up involved into marriages, their mindset is already been damaged by their parents or guardians. So it's very important, if you are watching this video as a guardian, it's very important if you are watching this video as a parent, you need to know what things you need to be bringing on a table, more especially when it comes to language or characters to these children that you usually keep in our homes, to these children that we usually mentors in our homes. It's very important. Let me also talk about these daughters. They might struggle in marriages, okay, because they are at pressure of being perfect. Okay, pressure to be perfect is one of the main keys which these daughters mostly struggles in marriage. Let me explain. Most of the times they have been mentored, they have been taught, okay, that they need to be perfect. Okay, a woman have to be perfect in career, a woman have to be perfect in doing things, a woman have to be perfect in dress code. But the clear of the true life reality is that no perfection is actually required in all these things. No perfection is actually required in well-doing principled person. There will be a lot of ups and downs. There will be a lot of things which you need to be handling. You know, a relationship, you might never be perfect. In marriage, you might never be perfect. But it only requires one person just to be open, one person just to be herself and able to learn with her heart. Perfection is never actually a code call to these marriages. A perfection is not actually a code call to this relationship. Okay, then the last one, let me also talk about lack of proper parentinghood. Okay, most guardians, most parents, they fail to sit down, to give them hints, to mentor their children, to mentor their daughters what they're supposed to do, how things have to be run by the time that they'll be actually be growing up. This is one of the main reasons these daughters mostly have been coming to be struggling in their relationship as well as their marriage, because their parenting aren't that been good, their guardian aren't that been good, they haven't been doing the needful to their children, they have been not been doing what they're supposed to do, to give them hints, to give them knowledge, to give them wisdom, to give them education, what they actually requires at their lowest level, that they needed that information most. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for spending your time watching this video. If you get this video to be very useful, click that like button, click that subscription button so that this video may reach a wide audience. And also, don't forget to share your thought in the comment section below. I am a host, Godwin. Thank you so much. Stay blessed and stay good.